everyone, this is Mrs. Lopez and it's lesson 2 in grade 8 curriculum. We are talking today about volume of cones. In the first lesson we talked about the volume of cylinders and we discovered the formula for the volume of cylinders, which is the area of the base times the height. We also discovered that the area of the base is really the area of a circle, which is radius squared pi. In a cone, if you watch the video from YouTube that relates the volume of the cone and the sphere and the cylinder, you notice that the volume of the cone takes 1/3 of the volume of the cylinder. So if I make this cone a cylinder, something like that, you will see that the volume of this cone is 1/3 of the cylinder. So to come to the formula to find the volume of the cone, we will take 1/3 and multiply it by the volume of the cylinder, which is pi radius squared height. And that's the formula we are going to use. So let's go ahead and do the exercises right away, because that's the pretty easy lesson. If you remember the formula and if you write that formula every single time you do the exercises, you will memorize it pretty fast. So in the first exercise, we have the cone with the radius of 4 millimeters on the base, and its height is perpendicular to the base, and it's 9 millimeters. So to find the volume, we are going to multiply 1/3 by the area of the base by the height. The area of the base is radius squared pi. So we are going to multiply 1/3 by radius squared pi by the height. So now all we need to do is to put the numbers instead of the letters. 1/3 times radius squared is radius multiplied by itself. So we will have 4 times 4 times pi times the height is 9 millimeters. Now if you can see that you can simplify 9 and 3, you can go for it, because 9 usually stands on top of a 1 if we turn it into a fraction. This way we will have a numerator and denominator that we can simplify by 3. If you see it, it'll make it so much easier for you to multiply. I'm going to simplify 9 and 3 by 3. 3 will turn into 1, 9 will turn into 3. This way you got rid of the fraction, and all you need to do is to multiply 4 by 4 by 3. 4 by 4 is 16 times 3 is 48. So we will have 48 pi millimeters to the 3rd power. Volume is always measured in cubic units. So that is going to be the exact answer. If they ask you for an approximate answer, I would like you to use one of the versions of pi that they use in mathematics, which is a decimal version 3.14 or the fraction version 22/7. Both of these will give you an approximate answer, because we know that pi never ends. When they give us the exact volume of the cone, we are using pi as a variable pi. All right, so number 2, we have the cone that look exactly the same as in problem 1. The only thing that is different is that we have a decimal for the radius, 2 3/10 meters. So the formula is still the same. Volume is 1/3 times radius squared pi times the height. 1/3 we are going to multiply by 2 3/10 by itself by the pi by 15. Again, I see that 15 and 1/3 have 3 as a common factor, so we can actually simplify. I'm going to simplify 15 and 3 by 3. 3 will turn into 1, 15 will turn into 5. I got rid of a fraction, so all I need to do is to multiply 2 3/10 by itself and by 5. I will get, so 2 3/10 by 2 3/10 is 5 29 hundredths, and we are multiplying that by 5 and by pi. We will get 26 45 hundredths pi meters to the 3rd power. If you need to give an approximate answer, you would need to multiply 26 and 45 hundredths by 3 and 14 hundredths. That's all it is. Let's look at the next one. Same exact thing. Volume is 1/3 times radius squared times pi times the height. Our radius is 5 centimeters, our height is 12 centimeters, so we'll have 1/3 times 5 times itself times pi times 12. Again, I see that I can simplify 12 and 3. Okay, sorry. So I'm simplifying 12 and 3 by 3. 3 turns into 1, 12 turns into 4. 5 times 5 is 25, times 4 is 100. So my answer is 100 pi centimeters to the third power. Let's look at the second one. Second one is just a little bit different because you see the diameter here, not the radius. Diameter is twice the radius. So you are going to change that diameter into the radius. What is the radius if the diameter is 14 feet? It's going to be 7 feet. So that's the number we are going to use in our equation. Volume is 1/3 radius squared pi times height. So it's 1/3. Radius is 7 times itself. Height is 18 feet times pi. 18 and 3, I see I can simplify. So 3 turns into 1, 18 turns into 6. 7 times 7 times 6 times pi gives us 294 pi feet to the third power. Again, for the approximate answer, we would multiply 294 by 3 and 14 hundredths. Last one. Same exact thing. We are just following our formula. Volume is 1/3 times radius squared times pi times the height. 1/3. The radius is 3 meters times 3 times 3 times pi times 7. So here I can simplify the height and the 3 in our equation, but I can simplify 3 and 3. So I will simplify 3 and 3. That leaves me 3 times 7 times pi, and that is 21 pi meters to the third power. Okay, what is left is the problem set. There are 2 problems that you are going to do on your own, and I will see you in class.